the climactic final act of Return of the Jedi, Luke confronts Emperor Palpatine aboard the second Death Star, and the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance. While we may have covered what Luke or Vader was thinking during this critical encounter in the past, there are far fewer stories that delve into the mind of the Emperor. What was going through the Sith Lord's head as he attempted to seduce Luke, manipulated Vader, and ultimately faced his own destruction? The canon short story Then Fall, Sidious reveals this moment from Palpatine's point of view, and what it shows us is a chilling portrait of arrogance, mastery, and eventual downfall. From the moment Luke arrives on the Death Star, Palpatine is already many steps ahead, or so he believes. Every word he speaks, every pause, every glance is designed to manipulate. As he looks upon Luke, Palpatine sees not a young Jedi, but a potential apprentice. He views Luke as a weapon forged from Skywalker blood, one he can turn and wield against the Jedi, against rebellion, and ultimately against Vader himself. Palpatine's mind races with strategy. His thoughts are not in the present, they are already in the future, where Luke kneels before him and Vader lies broken. The Emperor imagines a new dynasty, one where Luke Skywalker serves him as a powerful Sith apprentice, surpassing his father. He does not merely see possibilities, he sees certainties. In his arrogance, he believes this outcome is inevitable. While Palpatine speaks to Luke, his internal monologue is largely focused on Vader. Palpatine studies his apprentice constantly, silently assessing every twitch of movement and every flicker of emotion. To Palpatine, Vader is a relic, a tool that has served its purpose. He sees in Vader a man broken, twisted by regret and sentiment. Palpatine does not value sentiment. He sees Vader's attachment to Luke as weakness, an old scar from Anakin Skywalker that never fully healed. Yet Palpatine does not fear this weakness. He believes he understands it, and more importantly, he believes he controls it. In his mind, Vader is bound to him by pain, fear, and a lifetime of obedience. Even if that loyalty is tainted by the presence of his son, Palpatine is confident it will never manifest as rebellion. He sees Vader's inner conflict not as danger, but as a symptom of his eternal servitude. Palpatine basks in the belief that he is the ultimate master of this confrontation. His manipulations are working perfectly. He has brought Luke to anger, and he knows that if pushed further, Luke will strike. The Emperor does not worry. In fact, he welcomes Luke's fury. To Palpatine, rage is the key to power, and once Luke taps into that power, he will belong to the dark side. He believes this moment is destiny. Everything has led to this: the fall of the Republic, the extermination of the Jedi, the birth of the Empire, and the upbringing of the son of Skywalker. Palpatine imagines that with Vader dead and Luke at his side, the galaxy will know peace, his peace enforced by power, fear, and domination. As the lightsaber duel between Luke and Vader intensifies, Palpatine watches with amusement. He senses Luke's passion. He feels the boy's fury ignite as Vader discovers and threatens Leia. But something is wrong. Luke doesn't fully succumb. Even after disarming Vader, even after standing over him with lightsaber in hand, Luke resists the final step. Palpatine's thoughts grow more calculating. Why does Luke hesitate? Why does he show mercy? The Emperor begins to probe deeper, pressing harder with his words, trying to crack Luke's resolve. When Luke finally throws down his weapon and declares himself a Jedi, Palpatine feels the first sting of genuine surprise. He had not foreseen this, and worse, he does not understand it. As Luke defies him, Palpatine's calm begins to crack internally. His thoughts, once filled with triumph, now swirl with confusion and rage. How can this boy resist him? How can he reject power so willingly? To Palpatine, the idea of sacrificing power for morality is incomprehensible. It is the antithesis of everything he believes. Luke's refusal is not just rebellion, it is insult. And yet, Palpatine still feels in control. Luke will not kill him. Vader remains passive. There is no danger, not yet. So he escalates. He unleashes his fury, his full power, in a storm of Sith lightning meant to torture, to punish, and to destroy. Palpatine's internal voice is one of fury and contempt. He will make Luke suffer. He will turn him through agony, and if not, he will leave no Jedi behind. As Luke writhes in pain, Palpatine's thoughts return to Vader. Why does he not act? Why does he stand there, unmoving, silent, like a statue carved from failure? Palpatine's contempt for Vader swells. Internally, he accuses him of cowardice. He mocks him for his weakness. He assumes Vader's silence is submission. He is so confident in Vader's fear that he never imagines what is truly happening inside that mask. Palpatine doesn't see the memories resurfacing. The faces of Padme, of Obi-Wan, of Shmi. He doesn't sense the emotional tide rising in the man he once broke. He doesn't understand that the silence is not weakness, it is decision. The moment Vader acts, Palpatine's entire world shatters. One second he is triumphant, and the next he is weightless, lifted into the air by the very hands he believed he controlled. In an instant, his thoughts turn to disbelief. He cannot comprehend what is happening. This wasn't in his plan. This wasn't possible. He reaches for the Force, tries to summon his power, but Vader's grip is iron, and his resolve is absolute. Palpatine screams, not just from the pain of the lightning turning inward, but from the collapse of everything he believed about Vader. This betrayal is unthinkable. As Palpatine is hurled into the reactor shaft, his final thoughts are not of failure, but of miscalculation. He was wrong. He underestimated Vader. He overestimated his own control. He thought himself a god, but he was only a man, and like all tyrants, he fell not because of power, but because of arrogance. In those last seconds, Palpatine understands the truth. The love he dismissed, the weakness he mocked, it was the one thing powerful enough to destroy him. Vader chose his son over his master. The dark side did not fail, but Palpatine did. His greatest weapon turned against him because he never truly understood the man behind the mask. Palpatine's thoughts during the throne room confrontation reveal a tragedy of arrogance. He believed himself above failure, above betrayal, above emotion. He thought he knew Vader completely, that pain and fear had erased all traces of Anakin. But in the end, it was the spark of love, the same love that Palpatine had spent decades trying to extinguish, that burned brightest. This story reveals that even the greatest manipulators can be blinded by their own pride, and even the darkest of men can find redemption through compassion. Palpatine didn't fall because Luke was stronger. He fell because he never believed Vader could be. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did. And as always, may the Force be with you.